Hello everyone, I'm Tyrell Chambers. Thanks for tuning in to the Chambers channel. If you don't mind delicately tapping that like button, smashing the subscribe button, and tapping notifications so you could get some more of this content. I consider myself to be a long-term investor and sometimes a short-term investor. I mostly consider myself to be a long-term investor because I'm always thinking long-term. I choose to invest short-term when I'm looking to make a short-term gain. So if I'm looking to take care of an immediate expense, that's when I'll invest short-term. I know when to buy something when I see a high demand for it. So when I see a high demand for a particular product, I know it's time for me to invest in that particular company. So when people are going out to buy sneakers, I know that it's time for me to go ahead and buy a stock. Some of the websites I will look for when investing short term are MarketWatch, Motley Fool, Zacks, Yahoo Finance, just to name a few. Because I follow the 50-30-20% rule where I'm investing 20% in investments. And if I allocate 20% of my overall portfolio in the short term and make a substantial amount or how much I'd make, I can then allocate that back into a long-term investment. So I usually stick to about 20%. I know to sell a short-term investment when it moves about 15 to 20%. Anything longer than that, I'm investing long term. I'm not really thinking too much about it. I like to catch those 15 to 20% gains. I'm investing in cryptocurrency for the long term. My cryptocurrency investments is 60% long term and 40% stocks. I like to invest in individual stocks. I feel like once I get to a substantial amount of earnings or a substantial amount of money, then that's when I'll go ahead and invest in. If you're a beginner, you should definitely look into index funds because it'll give you a piece of the market overall. The thing that got me curious about options is being able to control the stock without actually owning it. I like trading options because it gives me leverage. I don't have to risk my overall portfolio in one particular stock when I can just trade the option, own the stock without actually owning it. The one thing I think people should do if they're just getting started in investing is one, read, but two, trade. Take the risk. If you like a particular company or stock, invest in it and see where that takes you, and ask a lot of questions. Always ask questions. The most dangerous thing anyone can do when they're just getting started investing is throwing all their eggs in one basket. What I mean about throwing all your eggs in one basket is taking all your funds and putting it in one particular stock or company. One thing that I can do differently when it comes to investing is researching more. I think most of the time, because I feel like I know what to do and the things that I'm really interested in, I can just go ahead and put my money into it. But one thing I encourage myself as well as other people to do is really look at what you're investing in and research what it takes to invest. So research the company that you're investing in and seeing if that company is doing really well. So what makes that company a viable investment? So that's one thing I think I should be doing differently. Some of the asset classes that I like are stocks, currencies, and real estate. I like stocks because it gives me a piece of the company. I want to be able to invest in a company that I use every day. So, an example, I like to drink a lot of water. I like to buy a lot of sneakers. So why not invest in a stock that produces sneakers? I like currencies, such as cryptocurrency, because it gives me a good hedge on the overall market. If we're going to be using our dollars or we're going to be transacting a lot online, I think that investing in currencies will give you a huge benefit, and it'll also give you a good hedge on the overall market alone. I like trading currencies because most of the time it allows me to trade and look at other asset classes, also giving me a worldly view of how asset classes work. I like real estate because as an investment vehicle, it allows everyone an opportunity to move forward.